Are you waiting for someone else to make you happy? Change your relationships? Bring a better job for yourself? Who will that person be to bring you joy and laughter into your heart? Perhaps it's forgiveness or embracing a past trauma. Who is responsible to change that for you? My name is Lillian McDermott, and I am the host of the Lillian McDermott Radio Show. I'm also a certified life coach. And so today I want to challenge you and invite you to come to the I Am the Solution workshop. The I Am. So if you're thinking about if anybody is responsible for your life, what if that person is you? And no one else. Although we might think that it's our spouse's responsibility to know what we're thinking and make us happy, our job's responsibility, our boss's responsibility to know what's going on in our job and make us happy, and all the different people in our lives, they should know how we feel, right? But no, it isn't that way at all. We are the creators of our life. Everything in our life we've created. So here's the good news. The good news is that if I created what my circumstances are, I can uncreate it. But how? Sometimes it's easier to say, oh, you can fix this. It's no big deal. It's not, maybe it is a big deal. But how do you do it? How do you change these things? Well, Max Planck said a long time ago, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So the I Am the Solution workshop was created from my desire to be the solution in my life. There was a time in my life where I would only read books on personal growth. But the personal growth books that I picked up, they weren't for me. They were for me to help others. There was nothing wrong with me, or so I thought. It is important for us to look at ourselves even more than we look at others and be critical of them. But we might want to be curious of who we are, and we could be curious of who others are. When we start with ourselves and we change the way we look at things, it is amazing how the world changes around us. So what is the I Am the Solution virtual weekend workshop? It's continuing education for your soul. Many of us spend our money and our time improving our skills for work, improving, getting our certifications, getting continuing education for our careers, our trade. But very seldom do we stop and say, what is the condition of my heart right now? How is it that I'm feeling today? What are my expectations for somebody else? How can I change my limitations and beliefs that I cannot do something and somebody else must do it in order for me to be happy or gainfully employed or fill in the blank, whatever that is? So when is the I Am the Solution weekend workshop? Continuing education of the spirit or your soul? Check out the description below and it will tell you when's our next workshop. I wanted to invite you, I wanted to share with you the beauty of the weekend. It starts on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it ends between 9 and 10. And that's to just talk about how the mind works, and what are some of the things that we can do to live the life that we want. So that's day one, few hours on day one. Day 2 and 3 start at noon, which is Saturday and Sunday start at noon and end around 6 or 7 p.m. It all depends. Our start date is always precise, but our end date depends on the sharing, what needs to be processed, what we're doing, what we're talking about, but it usually ends by 7 p.m. Eastern time. But don't worry if you are living somewhere else, you can still join us. You can still virtually join us. We've had people from all over the world Join us. And it's 4 o'clock in the morning for them, but they are so thirsty to learn new truths about themselves. Because if everything that's happening in our life today, we create it, the good news is if you're unhappy with it, we can uncreate it. But how? That's what we learn. How do we, and I told you what we talk about, the mindset and how to work with our minds instead of against it. But on Saturday, we work on our connection with a higher power. We also have a guest speaker later in the day. And then on Sunday, we put it all together with the acronym SOLUTION and why it is that we do what we do, and how we can change them. And it doesn't matter if your life is a mess or if your life is perfect. I am looking for leaders, potential leaders in the community, because only people that have the vision to be a leader have the vision to improve their life, no matter what is going on in their circumstances at the time. So if you're interested in joining us, just know that when we first start advertising for the I Am the Solution Weekend Workshop, virtual, there's always a discount. There's an early registration. And so I want to encourage you to check out the dates and times, see when our next virtual weekend of the I Am the Solution is going to be, and make the commitment to do everything you can to hold this day, this weekend, available for you so that you can fall in love with yourself, not in an egocentric way, but the I am in you is a higher power in you. The I am that you are, the I am that I am. And then with that higher power, I can do all things. I am the solution. So please check below the description of our next date, and please consider joining us. You can email me at lily@whenyouneedafriend.com or text me at 407-373-5959 if you have any questions about the weekend. And I am so looking forward to seeing you and meeting you and experiencing this wonderful weekend together.